welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson. Today we're going to talk about the case of 17-year-old Elizabeth Franks, who disappeared in April of 1965 from Toledo, Ohio. And that's literally all it says, April. It doesn't give a date anywhere, and I've looked in several places. Now, Elizabeth was called Beth or Bethy. She was last seen before Easter. That's all it says. It's like, really? Toledo police believe that it is their city's oldest missing persons case. They have not reviewed, but renewed their interest, their investigation into the case. Her daughter was only a year old when she disappeared and grew up believing that her mother had abandoned her, because that was the story her father had told her. That's horrible. Toledo detectives believe Elizabeth was murdered, and they have reopened her case. Police say that Elizabeth never contacted any relatives or anything after her disappearance. Her family is hoping for answers 4 decades later. Been closer to 5 decades now. 1965. So yeah, it's over 5 decades now. 65. 57 years. That's insane. And for her daughter, to be told that is horrifying to me, and I just wonder about a possible suspect there, if you know what I mean. And again, it was her daughter that finally made a police report. Oh no, I'm sorry. Her mother. I misinterpreted what I read. Her mother made a police report, and her sister canvassed the area looking for her and didn't find anything. She even hired a private eye. She wrote to the FBI, then under the direction of J. Edgar Hoover, and tried a radio psychic. Yeah, that didn't go well. When detectives reopened the case, they didn't have much to go on. They don't have the original missing persons report. They only have a small powder blue card with 2 entries. That's so absurd, it's beyond me. The first was from July 21st, 1965, indicating a letter was sent from Toledo police to the OSR, which detectives believes is the Ohio State Reformatory, referencing this girl reported missing to police and identifying Robert James Crosby as an acquaintance. Okay. That's rather cryptic. They must have looked at that and went, seriously? I mean, what else do you do? The other entry, dated February 2nd, 1966, talks of a phone call from the Ohio State Reformatory advising that Mr. Crosby was in New Orleans. Sergeant Noble said he found nothing when he contacted authorities in New Orleans. Investigators said Mr. Crosby since has died. Although Beth didn't graduate from Genoa High School, she was a member of the chess club, a local church, and Girl Scouts, her mother said. She said her daughter was a meek child, was very sweet and loved everyone. Her dad said Oh, that wasn't her dad. Franks was her married name. She was married. He met her at a quarry in Genoa. He went into the Navy, and when he returned, the pair married after Beth became pregnant. Because of her age, a judge had to give them permission to marry. They were married just over a year when she disappeared. About the judge giving permission, that may have been because her parents didn't. When my father was married before he married my mother, not for very long. And back in that time period, a girl could be 18 and legally signed to be married, but a male had to be 21, and my father was not 21, so my grandmother had to sign the papers. Just a little bit of history there from, well, basically the same time period, a couple of years earlier. But I think every state is different, and I want to thank the Doe Network for this information. Her husband claims that after they had an argument, a few days later, he saw her sitting on the front porch with a man on Dale Street. He said it was the last time he saw her. And he got a divorce and has since twice remarried. If you have any information in this case, you can call the Toledo Police Department. And not only do I want to thank the Doe Network, I want to thank the Toledo Blade and WTOL News 11 for the information. Again, you can call the Toledo, Ohio Police Department at 1-419-245-3142. Next time we'll be talking about the case of Patricia Cheshire from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.